I'm going to hit the record button.
Oh, I was just going to tell you that. Record.
Wow. So I would like to welcome everybody to call number 1. Let's do a big one. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We did it! We made it!
We're all here. Across all time, space, realities, and dimensions. We made it!
I have to get used. I have to get used to this access. You access guys. Woo!
It's not the way I say an access thing. It's just a like.
Yeah,
woo.
I know. I have to get used to. Woo.
Yeah. We'll practice it. So you'll get plenty of practice.
In
So
3
don't
months,
worry.
I will just do nothing else.
He walks into the bank. Woohoo! Sir, please step outside. No, really. Woohoo! Okay, I'm fine. Welcome everybody to this amazing group of people. I've had the opportunity to connect with almost every one of you via email or by one of the calls or whatever, and I have to say I'm totally blown away at the richness and the depth and the potency of the people who are on this call. And I am so grateful that you are here, whether you're here in person or whether you're listening to the replay. And I want to stick this note in about the replay is whether you're here live or whether you're here recorded, you're still here with us. I create the space, we create the space of no time. And so all of this connects, whether you're connecting now or whether you're connecting later. So the only thing that blocks you from not being here live with us, even if you're listening to this recording a year from now, is that you're not allowing yourself to be live with us. So my invitation to everybody, whether you're is to allow yourself to be right here and sync up with the group. It doesn't matter when it's occurring. I'm actually communicating with all of you. I've had people on replay who are like, wow, like I was thinking these questions and then you answered them. It's like, yeah, I'm connected to you. Like,
Yeah.
oh. So allow that connection to occur and you'll have the awareness of it in your reality as well as we have the awareness of you. Allow yourself to tap in, and Rosie will take you here in a minute. Allow yourself to feel all the people who are here as part of this group. All the beings who are here as part of this group. And some are in body, some are not in body. And the ones that are not in body are some really also very amazing beings. We have a lot of support. We have an amazing amount of support. And Rosie's going to kind of take you into another connection with that. Other housekeeping notes? No, I'm just going to move on and have so every time, not every time, but mostly every time, I'm going to have Rosie do a brief meditation that's going to sync the whole group up and take the group in a direction that we've kind of beforehand connected to and wanted to get the whole group there. So I'll stop talking and I'll turn it over to Rosie. I'm actually going to, let me mute, let me find Rosie here. Yeah, why can't I find Rosie? So I'm going to mute everybody. And then, Rosie, if you could just unmute yourself.
I am unmuted.
Okay, well, great. Then everybody mute yourself. Because my mute all didn't seem to do anything. How cool is that? All right. Cool. So
they're really cool, you know.
Yeah. So if everybody could mute themselves, that would be awesome. And then Rosie's going to do a short meditation with you. And take it away, Rosie.
All right, here I am.
Outside.
So I'm just going to ask you to let yourself just shake and wiggle for a minute so you can be really comfortable in your body. If possible, have your shoes off so your feet and toes can wiggle too. And then let your eyelids close and just drop into your breath. Breathing in vital energy down through your body into every cell of your body. Breathing in vital energy, breathing out any heaviness, sluggishness, energy fog. Breathing in, receiving, breathing out, releasing, until you feel yourself 100% present in your body. Then feel your breath go out through the bottom of your feet into the earth, connecting with the consciousness of earth. And breathing that energy up into your body, allowing every cell to be refreshed with the consciousness of the earth in your body and then in the space around you, clearing chaos, energy clutter in and around your body. Feeling 100% present and connected to earth consciousness. Then let your arms reach out and wrap around your body until you are giving your body a big hug. And then take a moment and whisper to your body something you especially appreciate about it. Noticing how your body feels as it receives your appreciation. Sending back to you its delighted response. And then as you complete your hug, release your arms to your side, feeling your breath as you're breathing in, breathing out. Notice your hands energetically reaching out further and further until your energy circles the earth, connecting with everyone, coming together to outcreate the matrix across all time, no time, all space, no space, all realities and dimensions. And then connecting with all of those who will ever be inspired and have their world rocked because of what we are creating together. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the rhythm of giving and receiving, of receiving and releasing. As you let yourself come back, jiggling your fingers and toes, shaking and wiggling, until you are fully present here and now in your body, ready to play together on this grand adventure. Thank you so much for showing up. I am so grateful. Thank you. Can't hear you, Jaden.
It helps when I unmute myself, doesn't it?
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rosie.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, where to start? So the playing field that we're going to engage is pretty infinite, and I want to start you. So I'm in a space of not knowing where to start. So so there are some things that I'm going to model for you as I go along, and I'm going to vocalize them. I don't normally do it. I normally kind of cover over it and keep going, and you can't necessarily tell unless you're really tracking me that I'm like, no clue what I'm doing. But I'm in a space at this moment of no clue what I'm doing. So I want to model what I do with that. So everything, all the shit, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, around all of this, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
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 I'll avoid good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, shorts, buzz, nights, gowns, let all that go. And then I'm going to ask a question. So what is the ideal place to start here? What would be the most fun place to start here?
Manipulation.
That's the word I got too. Oddly enough, that's the same word that I got.
Are you being manipulated by thinking that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what manipulation has anything to do with any of this, but we're going to find out, aren't we?
Being attacked.
Yeah. So I have this process that I've developed, which is based on Gary's work of what I call a spectrum clearing. And I want to explain it a little bit. And it's the aligning and agreeing, resisting, reacting, defending for, defending against, righteous for, righteous against. And what that does is, like, you normally clear, you grab an energy and then you clear it. By calling on the full spectrum, where I'm aligning and agreeing, and then I go over to resisting and reacting, I'm grabbing the whole swatch of energies all the way across. And I've noticed over time that the aligning and agreeing and defending for and defending against seem to land below you and back behind you, sometimes left and right. But like, that's the main places where they hide out. And then I've added to that kind of my own thing of righteous for and righteous against. As I started to go into the righteous energies, and for those of you who are on that call with me, if not, I'll make sure that I get that inside of here. The awarenesses that I had from that space is that, what if the control system has a strong degree of righteousness that has created this whole layer of construct? And so the last part that I go into is righteous for, and it seems to land up here, and righteous against. So, like, when I play with any topic that I'm really serious about clearing, I'm going to do a spectrum thing on it. Align, agree, resist, react, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I've kind of developed this process, and I'm going to take you through this process. And I'm also going to have you do this process. So I want to alert you in advance I'm going to give you home play, and it won't necessarily be every week that I'm going to have you do. I don't know. We'll see. Some of this I'm kind of playing with as we go along. But for this week's your home play, I'm going to have you do two things. One, find a partner, somebody who's in this program. An awesome place to do that is Facebook. If you do not have, if you haven't been on there yet, email me or Michelle, and we will make sure that you get connected to that. If you are not intending to be a part of Facebook, and that's totally fine, email me, and whoever emails me, I'll pair you guys up, or I'll put you together in some way. But I'd like you to find a partner, and you're going to have a phone call with them sometime in this week. So you're going to make a connection with them, and then you're going to connect via phone or via Skype or something, and you're going to run this process that I'm going to run you through now, that is going to clear out viewpoints on manipulation. It's basically, what we're clearing is the stuff that hides all the manipulations in your reality. I don't want to be significant about it, but you can imagine there's a couple things here. And running it a number of times is extremely helpful, and having another person work with you and you working with them is extremely helpful. When you're coaching another person through the process, it's like, wow, okay, you see it from a whole other viewpoint, and you can see things you can't. Hi.
You froze.
You. And so what I'm going to do with you now is something I'm going to have you do for home play between now and next call. Okay? And that's going to bring up a whole other bag of things, and I'll let you clear those. If you get stuck on something, give me a holler. The ideal way to communicate with me is through Facebook, because then, like, your chances are you're not the only one who's got whatever you've got going on, and then I'm not typing the same answer 14 times to different people. I can do it once right in Facebook. So if you have something that's urgent and really just email me. I want to be there to support you, but please, if it's just more chatty and high kind of stuff, my inbox just gets so overwhelmed. Please hesitate to send me email. But if you need to, please do. So that's kind of how I want to dance with that. I kind of got into housekeeping stuff. Okay, great. So let's actually start on this. So allow yourself to perceive all of the points of view you have about manipulation. So, like, where you love being manipulated, where you hate being manipulated, where you don't think it's right to be manipulated, you would never manipulate another person ever, 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 and get caught. What are all the points of view that you have around manipulation across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyonds? And expand out and perceive more. Oh, and expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of them. Wow. And so now allow yourself to perceive that whole pile of stuff. So everything that all of that is, can we just choose to destroy and create all those really interesting points of view?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So destroy and create and vaporize. 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 Vaporize.
Vaporize.
Vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, might be on. So I'll let go. Ooh. And now allow yourself to perceive all the points of view that you have about manipulation. Oh. And now allow yourself to feel everywhere where you are aligning and agreeing with manipulation. Like, yeah, it's a great thing. We should all be manipulating more, and like that's the way to rule the world. Like, let's do that. And anything that comes up around aligning and agreeing with manipulation. And expand out and perceive more. And now expand back behind you and perceive what's back behind you. And for a lot of people, what you hit first is you go back and you hit a wall. Like, can't go back here. So everything that's a wall, can we just choose to destroy and create all those walls so you can see what's back there?
Yes.
Yes. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, schutz, nice, beyonds. How many manipulations do you have that are putting up walls that are quote unquote for your benefit, that are actually preventing you from clearing the stuff that's locking you down?
Ooh.
Right? So allow yourself to go back and back and back and back and back and back. And we want to go all the way out the other side. Go completely out the other side. Completely out the other side. And don't get lost in it. We're not analyzing everything. We're just seeking to get out the other side of it. There you go. And completely out the other side. Completely out the side. So there's about 10 people who are out. Some people are meandering around in. What you can do is when you find yourself in this stuff is just kind of laser a hole all the way through all the crap, straight back, and then go through that hole and out the other side. Or find some fun. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Or so when you find barriers in this, and we'll talk more about this later, but especially when we go backwards or down, what you can also ask is, what's a fun way to get through all of this? And sometimes it's like dynamite or a confetti cannon or a freeze ray and then shatter everything, or like you ask, what's a fun way to get through it, and you get through it. Okay, so now go down. What are all the viewpoints you're aligning and agreeing with down? and and down more, and down more, and down, all the way down till you get out the other side. This is what I call the basement. All the way through out the other side.
Excuse me, what side? Is it like in the Truman Show, like the exit point?
No, I'm more in terms of noticing how energy is stored in the physical body, or in the directionality of you. So it's just about what are all the energies around manipulation that you've stored below you. Just it's like a directional thing, just below you. There's no thought about it, just below you. There you go. Yeah, you got it. And then all the way through and down and out that.
Jaden, this is Shilpa. I have a quick question on this.
Yeah.
I'm pursuing energy through my body, but I'm not really pursuing it like mentally. You know what I mean? Like I can't visualize anything. I just pursue it through my body. Is that okay?
Don't worry about it. Yep. You get whatever you get. There are sometimes I'll get all kinds of information. Other times it's just a big whatever. Like just run with it. Assume you've got it and run with it.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. And then out the other side. So you're totally down and out the other side. Oh, there you go. And now expand outside of all of this. Whoa. And expand outside of all of the aligning and agreeing.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna kind of put that like aside, and we're gonna go over to the other side. Allow yourself to perceive all of the resisting and reacting you're doing to manipulation. Everywhere you're struggling with manipulation, you're like, no, this shouldn't be this way. They shouldn't be allowed to manipulate me. I just should be allowed to manipulate them. But where you're resisting and reacting to manipulation. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out, perceive more. Wow. And expand out and perceive all of that. Wow. And now go completely back behind you. And about half of you hit a wall. So if you've hit a wall there, everything that wall or barrier is, can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshar, and beyonds, and then go all the way back out the other side. And don't get tangled in anything. We're just lasering our way through. Like laser a hole if you want, and tunnel all the way through and out the other side. Yeah. There you go. Whoa. Wow. And now down below you, what is all the resisting and reacting down below you? Whoa. And then go all the way down through this, laser down through it if you want, and all the way down through and out down below it. Wow. Wow. And completely out. Some of you are out. All the things that have gotten stuck or created trapping, can we just try and create all of that stuff?
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshar, and beyonds, let all that go. Woo. And all the way down. And down and down and down and down and down and down and out the other side. Wow. And ask yourself,
David,
yes.
what if we feel it in a particular body part? Like I'm feeling it in my throat. Is that any significant?
Well, if it's feeling significant, then I would just kind of notice it and move on.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's like there are some things that notice and they try to grab you there, and they're like trying to distract. And there are other things you just notice and it's like, oh, look at that. Okay. Like, so you kind of look at the energy of it and see, is it trying to hold you? At which point you just ignore it, or is it just information and then you can scan it and then move on? Does that make sense?
Yes, thanks.
Cool. And so now down out the other side, and we're up against some kind of weirdness here. So what would be a fun way to get through the weirdness? Everybody come up with some fun way to get through the weirdness. Dance your way out. Plastic explosives.
Water gun.
Shooting bullet.
Shooting bullets.
Laugh at it.
Laughing at it. So sometimes the laughing at it, if it really works, like when it's really fun, you'll laugh naturally. So sometimes laughing at it is more like a, it's got to be something that feels fun to do. But if you can do laughing, if that works for you, go for it. Whatever works for you, whatever feels light and fun. So find some fun way to go through any barriers there until you're out the other side. Wow. Wow, nice, nice. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of this. Woo. There we go. Cool. So now just kind of leave that kind of hanging out there. And it gets weird, but you get practice with this, you start to be able to manage a lot of energies at the same time. So now allow yourself to perceive all the defending for manipulation. Everywhere that you're defending for manipulation. Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, bodies, domains, parallels. Wow. Alters, fractures. Wow. And expand out and perceive more. Expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of it. Wow. And back and down. I want to go down. So go down. Make sure you go down, 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 all the way down and out the other side. Yeah. There you go. And all the way back and out the other side. And you know you're out the other side when you hit free space. Like all of a sudden everything gets lighter because you're out of the construct. It's almost like it's like a storage vault, and it's got all this yuck in there, and you're traveling through it and out the other side. So we just want to get out the other side. That's the whole objective. There you go. Yeah, you got it. And expand outside of all of that. Ooh. And now allow yourself to notice everywhere you're defending against. What are all the defending against manipulations? And when you get weird energies come up, just kind of ignore them. Don't engage them, because there's weird stuff. Like, just don't engage it. Where's everywhere you're defending against manipulation? Wow, there you go. And expand outside of that and perceive more. Expand outside of all that and perceive more. Expand outside of all of that and perceive all of it. Wow. And
Hey, Jaden?
Yes.
Can you do the anti-consciousness and unconsciousness? I seem to be like going unconscious here.
Yeah, well, that's what this does.
Yeah.
Can you stick with it, or is it taking you out?
Yeah, I can stick with it.
Okay, if you can stick with it, that it actually is helpful to clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of modeling, but yeah, it might be going a little deep with it. But so expand out for all the defending against. And now allow yourself to perceive everywhere that you're righteous for. Because remember, we're just piling energies on here. So you'll kind of go, blah. So notice the degree to which you can track stuff. The more you do this, the easier it gets. All the righteous for energies, and those are up. Those are up. So look up. All the righteous for energies. Whoa. Yep.
Jaden?
And up, 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 up. Yes.
May I ask why it's all the first ones were all like backwards, downwards? It feels a bit counterintuitive, or can I do it different ways? Like in forward.
If you find yourself mentally struggling with it, like just put that aside.
No, just asking. I wondered about it. Just came up. Maybe this was distraction, whatever.
So say it again. It felt distraction to me, but
no. I just wondered why it's backwards. Maybe this was a distraction. Like it works.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. It's just play.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just play. We don't care why.
I don't care.
We're just doing this because
I don't care.
Yeah, I like that. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay, so all the way up through righteous for, and out the other side, and all the way up through righteous against, and out the other side. And everything that all of this information is, put all of this out in front of you. Nothing above you, nothing behind you, nothing below you. Put it all out in front of you. You might need to take a step back away from it, but have it all out in front of you, and you're going to separate from it. Put it all out in front of you. Nothing above you, nothing behind you, nothing below you. Put it all out in front of you. And everything that all of that is, can we just choose to destroy and vaporize it all?
Yes.
Yes. And 1, 2, 3, vaporize.
Vaporize.
Vaporize. Vaporize. Vaporize.
Good.
Vaporize. Vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, schutz, buzz, nice, beyond, and just let all that stuff go. Wow. And all of the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog that you have around all of this stuff, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, but beyond, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, but beyond. There you go. And just let all that go. Just let all that go. There's still more here. Just let go whatever you can. There you go. And who did all those really interesting, really creative points of view around manipulation belong to? You? Someone else? Something else?
Something
else.
Me.
Something else.
So anything that doesn't belong to you, and we'll talk about this more later about the returning to sender thing. I'm changing that. And let's explore with something different on this course. Instead of returning to sender, let's just destroy and create that information. Okay? So everything that is that information that belongs to someone or something else, can we just destroy and create your attachment to it?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make, null, void, vaporize, 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 good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action,
Liquefy.
Wow.
And what are all the structures and constructs that supported all of this information across all time, space, dimensions, realities, bodies, domains, parallels, beyonds? Wow. Alters, fractures. Across all time, no time, timelines, realms. Wow. And everything that all of that stuff is, can we just choose to just try and create all that too?
Yes.
And vaporize, vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, hot, poc, schutz, buzz, nice, beyond. Let all that go. Wow. So when you're doing big stuff, and I'll do this after, like if I'm doing stuff, work with a person, and we do a lot of clearing of a structure or a lot of demons and entities, and like you clear something big, go for the structures and constructs and adaptations. I didn't write adaptations in there. I'm going to add that because if you have all of this stuff around where like you may have had all of this manipulation and it messed with you, so you found ways to work around it, to adapt to it. And it was heavy and dense, and so you required structures to keep it all in place and to keep things separate from each other that would conflict. And once you clear the stuff, if you leave all those compartments and structures and adaptations in place, it invites the crap back in again. Because like it's like having a house and you're kicking out all the beings who live in that house, but you're leaving the house there. Well, something's going to want to move back into that house because they're going to go, wow, there's an empty house there. I'm going to move in. So the one of the steps, when you do something big, look for all the structures, constructs, and adaptations, and then clear all that stuff. And if you were tracking this, and I know there's a lot of stuff moving, but like it really cleared a lot of space. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around any and all of this stuff, can we just choose to just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't announce, just trying to create, make, null, void, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, poc, schutz, buzz, nice. Yeah? And if it's possible to not cough into your microphone, if you can mute first, I know it's not always possible, but do the best you can. Yeah, somebody's called me.
Yeah, I get the word mutations too. Is that significant?
Yeah. So lives have to perceive all of the mutations that you have around manipulation and all these things you cleared.
Wow.
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 I'm going to add that to my list. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm all about what's effective. So all the mutations that you have around all of this stuff, can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. We've got a winner! Woohoo! Yay for the mutants! Okay, maybe not. Yes!
I got, while we did the directional thing, I got like impression that it's like kind of at least for myself, like breaking out of the cocoon, so to speak, like in the luminous cocoon, like in Castaneda, like breaking to the other side of it, which is kind of the other edge or the other side of reality, so to speak.
Yeah, that holds up. I like that. That holds up. I like that.
Okay,
so
cool.
Allow yourself to perceive all of the technologies, magics, and meta technologies that were involved or are involved in manipulation across all time, space, dimensions, no time, timelines, realities, realms, fractures, alters, and parallels.
Wow.
All the technologies, all the magics, all the black meta technologies, and all the black magics, which are basically, that's another word for that. And everything that all of that stuff is, can we just choose to just try and create all that?
Yes, please.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, make null, void, vaporize, make null, void across all time, space, dimensions, realities. Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, make null, void as a sovereign being in a sovereign body of a free will universe, times a gazillion, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond. Let all that go. And all the divine agreements, golden agreements, billion-year agreements, signatories, auto-install, auto-reinstall, auto-backup, auto-update, systems, technologies, magics, and all binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds, beyond binds, binds, beyond binds, binds, beyond binds, to infinitum. Can we just try and create all that stuff too?
Yes.
Yay! Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, make null and void as a sovereign being of free will universe, times a gazillion. Make null and void, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and beyond.
Wow, so intense this.
Yes!
It's fun.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and
well, I cannot laugh at the moment.
Yeah. All the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and energy fog that's hanging out around any and all of everything that we've touched into today. Expand out and perceive more. And grab all of it. There you go. And everything that, including below you, and including behind you, and including above you. Whew. And everything that all of that stuff is, can we just choose to just try and create all that?
Yes.
Send, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, make null, void. As the sovereign being, free will universe, times the gazillion, make null, void, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pock, shirts, bliss, and nights, beyond. So, I want to warn you. Yes.
Is biotechnologies included in the meta technologies?
It can be, yeah. It can fit in that. Yeah, and we'll talk a lot about biotech and all that kind of stuff. But what I try to do when I'm doing that clearing stuff is I'm grabbing it as broad spectrum as I can. Technology is kind of a frequency. Biotech is all that in there. Magic is in there. Like I try to grab broad stroke stuff.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Yes.
I just felt like sharing what I already shared on the Facebook group, yet not a bit out of context. Maybe I play like with, can I destroy and uncreate, revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, and offer it to the creator in all realms, realities, dimensions, and so on. Like this giving like an additional component. Just sharing. I'm offering it all while rescinding, revoking, destroying. I'm also offering all of this and the energy to the creator, so to speak. So that some of it doesn't even hang around.
Yeah. So, which creator?
Yeah, this is what came up too.
What if everybody involved, is a creator, and how many beings feel that they are the creator of all? Allow yourself to just do this. This is really curious. Allow yourself to perceive how many beings that are impacting your reality or that you have some connection to feel that they are the creator of all things.
Okay. I use divine source, but that's the same.
How many beings is that?
Oh, a bit.
9 million.
9 million? What else?
Mega godzillions.
Yeah, it's a big number. So when you start playing with the phrase creator, and doing things like, I've learned personally, this is just my interesting point of view, it opens up a door for another layer of manipulation.
Nice.
So what if you are the managing creator? I'm going to use the phrase managing creator, and you're the one calling the shots. So you've heard me before interact with a being that I call the prime creator. And recently manipulations found a way to kind of start niggling in on that, and I thought that's really interesting. Okay, fine. But what I noticed is when I engage prime creator, I don't ask prime creator how I would like prime creator to handle it. I tell prime creator, I'd like you to do it this way. So prime creator's being one of my helpers.
Cool.
Do you see that? Do you see the perspective?
Yes. This is why I asked some of it. Very cool. Thanks.
Yeah. So, and this is a twist that's like, by halfway through this course, hopefully, if not sooner, I'm going to have you thinking in a different way about your role and your connection to all that is. Yeah, because clearing some of this stuff, in order to clear it, it requires you to be bigger than all of it. So, like, if you're not bigger than the aliens, I'm sorry, they're going to run the show in your life. So you need to be bigger than or beyond them, and I'll show you how to do all that stuff. But it's like, you think of yourself as you are the creator. This is your reality, and if something wants to go play in somebody else's reality, go for it. But this is your reality, and you're calling the shots in your reality. So when you don't call the shots in your reality, who does?
Somebody else.
Somebody else,
right? And usually it fits into that category of manipulation that goes, hey, look at that. They're not taking charge, so we can. All right. How cool is that?
This is cool. One of the systems I have been playing with, Theta Healing, which is great, yet they're invoking like creator of all that is, yet I always have the impression like it's just another like layer of whatever alien stuff, or like some morphic fields that kind of redirecting energy.
Yep.
It's not the real deal, so to speak. So
Yep. And that loops and loops and twists around, and it comes in from all these different ways. And in my untangling of all that, I've found there are just certain ways that I enjoy engaging things that don't allow that manipulation to come back in again. So that's why I'm kind of giving you kind of hints. And there's no right or wrong around it. It's just play with it and see what works. And it may work now, and then check down the road and see if that's still working or if manipulation has found a way in. So all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this so far, can we just try and create all that? Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void. As a sovereign being, free will universe, times a gazillion, vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, beyond. Wow.
Jaden.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Somebody else?
You got
it.
3 words: the religion, military, and medical. I don't know if that's... I got a lot of energy fog and brain fog around those 3 words, and I didn't know if... Go with it. What do you got? I'm getting nothing.
Yeah. It's a little... it's a little premature to go directly to those topics.
Okay, forget it. I said that.
But we totally will.
Coming to a theater near me.
Coming
That's
to
okay.
a theater near you. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I could table it.
Yeah. So the objective here with clearing your points of view on manipulation is opening up your capacity to see behind the scenes.
Okay.
And from people that I've worked with before, I want to prepare you for, and this has this warning feeling to it, but I want to, in the past I wouldn't have gone here, but I've learned what manipulation does, and so I want to head off manipulation. I want to manipulate manipulation by giving you some examples of, by giving you workarounds. So everything, allow yourself to notice what that brought up. Okay.
So
that fits into the category of fear porn. It triggered the fear porn stuff. And so allow yourself to notice everything that allowed that to cause a trigger. All the systems, technology, structures, magics. Wow.
Got it. Yep.
All the Wernicke's commands, all the booby traps. Wow. And everything else in this body, in any other body, in any fracture, in any alter, in any dimension, realm, reality, parallel, time, no time, space, no space, or timelines. And everything that all of this stuff is, can we just choose to destroy and integrate all these interesting points of view?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, vaporize, vaporize, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, bounds, let all that go. Wow. And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around any and all of that, can we just try and create all that?
Yeah.
Yes, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyonds, vaporize, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyonds. Wow.
Jaden,
Mm-hmm.
can I ask you, it's probably included in the ballpark areas you've already included, but the word halos kept coming up.
That's interesting. Is that in the righteous category?
I'm getting
or
a
something
lot.
else? So is that righteous category or something else?
I think it's righteous. It feels like.
Yeah. Okay. So let's grab that. So what is everything that's right? What are all the righteous energies that are around engaging the fear porn? Around engaging that fear? What are all the righteousness energies? Holy shit. Wow. Wow. And everything that all of those are, including all the divine agreements, golden agreements, billion-year agreements, and any agreements that you've ever created with any deities or any gods or goddesses or any of that kind of stuff, across all time, space, dimensions, realities, that bind you to their really interesting point of view, can we just try and create all that?
Yes.
Yes, just invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make null, void, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyonds. Whoa. And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconscious, because so we're like, whoa. So all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just try and create it all?
Yeah.
Yes. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyonds, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, benai, beyonds. Wow. And now, so what I did was we cleared that, and I look for, and this is kind of how I think. So I want to introduce you to how I think. My philosophy is, how can we grab all of it? That's my core philosophy. How can we clear all of it? I don't want to ever clear something twice. If I do, that's fine, whatever. But I'm going to find a way to not have to clear it twice the second time I bump into it. Like, it's just, I'm like, it's gone. Like, how can I go bigger than that? How can I clear bigger than that? How can I clear bigger than that? And that's what got me to where I am today. How can I clear bigger than that? So I want to invite you into playing in that interesting point of view that I happen to use. So one moment. So when I looked back, like what else is there, I saw structures and constructs around all the righteous stuff. So allow yourself to, or I don't want to limit it to righteous stuff. So because we started on the fear porn, kind of what allows fear to be triggered. There we go. So allow yourself to perceive all of the structures, constructs, adaptations, and mutations around all of this. Wow. And everything that all of that stuff is, can we just choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes. Yes.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, but beyond. And all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog that we have around all of this, can we just try and create all that too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, but beyond, vaporize, 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 vaporize.
Jane?
Yes.
I was really feeling when we were doing all the clearing that there was a lot of life force energy being released.
Okay. Okay. So can you bring me back to that? I want to do two things first.
Okay.
Yeah, but please bring me back to that. So allow yourself to perceive all the Mobius strips, quantum particulates, chick-U implants, trifold sequencing systems in and around all of this. And below and around that, and interlocking and intertangling and intertwined with all of that across all time, space, dimensions, parallels, realities, bodies, no time, timelines, fractures, alters, domains, and beyond. And everything that all of those really interesting things are, can we just try and create them, please?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Do you choose that?
Yes.
I choose
Yes.
that.
I choose
I
that.
choose that.
I choose
Rescind,
that.
revoke, can't
Choosing
reclaim,
that.
renounce, just trying to create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, but beyond. Wow. 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 And then allow yourself to perceive all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog that you have around any and all of that. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of that. And allow yourself to perceive all of the energy fog, all of the stuff that's here that you don't feel you are allowed to let go of, or that you feel you need to hang on to, or it's useful in some way, or there's some story about it, how it saved your life and so I'll never let go of it, or whatever the energies are. Allow yourself to perceive all of that stuff. And truth, can you just choose to release all of those interesting points of view right here, right now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And so when I ask, can you choose it? If you agree with that, say, I choose.
I choose that.
I choose it.
I choose.
There you go. And just trying to create, rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make null, void, as a sovereign being, free will universe, times a godzillion, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, beyonds, and just let all that go. Don't analyze it. Don't. Look at the pretty birdies out the window. Aren't these pretty birdies? Look at the pretty bird. Look. See the pretty birdie? Oh, the pretty birdie. So sometimes, yeah, there you go. Let all that go. There you go. You got it. Okay.
Laughter works.
It's just distraction. Sometimes we have this habit of tracking things as they go, and they'll come back again because you're paying attention to them. Like you're tracking it too hard. You're actually you're grabbing it. So there are times where I'll just be like, no, look away. There you go, and let all that stuff go. Wow. And all of the structures, constructs, adaptations, and mutations around any and all of this stuff, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
Yes, I choose it.
Yes, I choose it now.
Thank you. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong. Pod, poc, shits, boys, all nights, beyonds. Let all that go. Wow. There you go. Let all that go. Let all that go. It's not yours. None of that shit is yours. Just let it go. And if you're not sure, and you may hear me say this from time to time, there are some places where we might be in a pattern of, I might need that, so I don't want to let go of it. Sometimes manipulation has won over on that story. Here's my invitation to you. Release it now. Explore with what it's like to not have it, and if you find you need it, bring it back. I would rather have you bring it back and explore without it, because then you don't need it always. And so you'll bring it back. It'll be like a crutch, and then you'll some point in time destroy and uncreate it totally, and you'll be gone with it. But if you never let it go and never see that you can live without it, you won't be as inclined to release that as easily. So get in the habit of, oh, I don't know, I might need that. Just go, okay, I choose to destroy and create it, and I can bring it back. Like, give yourself permission to bring things back if they serve you, because you're now doing it consciously. Do you see the difference there?
Yeah.
Can we release too much? Can we release so much that we don't even find the door of our place or such? I've heard such stories.
You can. I have done things where I've released so much where out the other side I was scared that I didn't know who I was going to be and that I was going to lose me, and like manipulation was having a field day with me, and so I brought stuff back. But I had the experience of it without it, and then I knew, wait a minute, there's something else going on there. So you can get into that temporary space, but what it is it's such a big space of clearing that you haven't brought enough of you in to fill that space, to occupy that space yet.
This definitely brings up something for me. I have been thinking, some days I think like I have died, like I'm not sure if I'm still alive, like if this is just a dream, a bad or whatever. So, and this brings up, like, this triggers something right now.
Yeah. So this work that we're going into has the capacity to trigger any viewpoint. Like, you've lived in a construct that has been guarded by all of these structures. We're now starting to hack away at those structures. We're starting to take apart the structures of your illusory reality. None of it's real, but there's so much stuff that you've bought into is real that sometimes you have to be willing to look at the things. So when we start hacking where we're hacking, you're going to get some weird shit that comes up, and you're going to find these kind of panicky spaces, and you're going to go, is this me or is this manipulation? And, oh, it's manipulation. That's so cool. Thank you. Goodbye. Vaporize, vaporize, vaporize. So, like, allow yourself to go beyond where you've ever gone before. Allow these really cool Wernicke's commands and booby traps to kick up. And so allow yourself to perceive all the Wernicke's commands and booby traps that are open and exposed, and allow yourself to perceive any of the booby traps that have already been triggered and are just waiting to respond. And everything that all of that stuff is, can we choose to destroy and create all of those interesting energies?
Yes,
I choose
that.
Nice. Rescind, invoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pock, ship, and beyonds. And if you find, when you say I choose it, and you find manipulation going, oh, well, I'm sorry, you can't choose that. That's not possible, blah, blah, blah. Just ignore it. Don't re-choose it again. Just stick with, like, I've chosen it, whatever, move on. Like, don't defend for your choice, because that takes down your choice. That this gets confusing, but like, if just choose it and move on. Choose it and start clearing. Don't try to defend for your choice. Does that make sense? Yes.
Would it assist if you said I choose to let it go after you say I choose to like destroy and uncreate it? And just then the distractions, like you're distracted in a sense, like I choose to let it go.
Yeah, so don't engage the distractions.
Okay. Yeah,
So the invitation here, and by the way, your microphone is really loud. If you have a way of backing off or turning it down a bit, that'd be awesome. Like, it's almost like you can choose it, and then all of this comes up. And you just ignore that because what if it's not real? When you engage it and you start struggling with it, you're honoring that as being real and true. So the invitation here, and it'll make more sense as we go through, but like, you're starting to notice the manipulation. You say, I choose it, and then manipulation comes in and goes, well, you don't have the right to choose it or whatever, and then you're like, well, I choose it. And now you're struggling with manipulation rather than just, hey, I chose it already. So choose it and know that you're choosing it did anything that's required. Like, when you just say, I choose it, you're basically just telling the universe, hey, I chose this. Thank you.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Manipulation can go screw with Creator or go screw with the universe. Like, let them go mess with somebody else. Don't wrestle with them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What about imprints? I just got cleared some of the imprints on this. Is this a good idea? Like drugs, medication, what's on the list?
To me, all clearing is a good idea. Yeah.
How often would you suggest? Like, I just got I got tired, so I just cleared on the list. So
yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So how many people are feeling sleepy?
Yes.
Or drug?
I am tired.
Okay, tired. Yeah. So thank you for saying it. So allow yourself to perceive all of the. So here's the clearing for that. All the drugs, alcohol, medication, chemicals. Can we now destroy and create and dissipate and release all that?
Yes.
Yes. And you guys do vaporizing, and dissipate, release times a gadzillion, dissipate, release times a gadzillion, dissipate, release times a gadzillion, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. Dissipate, release times a gadzillion, dissipate, release times a gadzillion, dissipate, release times a gadzillion, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. Dissipate, release times a gadzillion, there you go. Dissipate, release times a gadzillion, dissipate, release times a gadzillion, make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. Vaporize. And how's that? Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody still have it there?
Jaden, I just feel my body has gone through so much. Like, I just feel I'm out of it a little bit right now.
Well, right now, most of the people in the group are experiencing the same thing. I can feel that too. It's like you're digging. We're digging like in really deep places that like you've not given yourself permission to go before, and so there's a lot of stuff that's there. But I'm also noticing energy fog. So all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this. So another way to say this, and the way I found the energy fog thing, is everything that bars would clear. Like, you know what it's like after bars, right? So allow yourself to perceive everything that's up that you'd be like, well, bars clears this, or when I go to sleep, it clears this, or like, whatever all of that stuff is, whatever it would look like out the other side, that's what this process does. So everything that all of those other things would do for you, can we just choose all of those right now?
Yes.
Choose that now.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, yeah.
Jaden?
Wow. Yes.
Jaden, it's Jen.
Hi.
I feel I feel extremely clear, and yet I don't feel like I'm with everyone. It's like there's nothing here, but I'm really, really clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that weird?
Yeah, no, I get where you're at. Let me see how to tie that into the group. So where does this want to go? So what are all the places, this is for everybody, what are all the places that when you do something, no, okay. So what are all of the booby traps, Wernicke's commands, structures, constructs, technologies, and magics that when you do something bad or wrong, it sends you into isolation?
Oh.
And expand out,
Okay.
perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of them. And all of the structures, technologies, magic, constructs, adaptations, mutations around all of this stuff, can we just choose to destroy and create all of this?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Do that now.
Rescind, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, make null, void, vaporize, vaporize,
Vaporize.
vaporize, vaporize, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
No, thank
That
you
is
guys.
really,
That's awesome.
really,
Sorry.
it's really interesting. It's one of the questions I wanted to ask because
Me too.
since I started doing kind of energy work, my life has been isolated. You
Mhm.
are isolated.
Mhm.
Nothing comes to you. No relationships, no money, nothing. Just put that in the jail. Isolation. Wow.
Yeah, I had a similar one. I
So-
had a similar. Sorry.
So let me pause it because I get the similar one. It's like, so how much of that is, what percent of that is choice for reasons you don't necessarily understand, like you chose, and what percent of that is manipulation?
I got
I get 40/60.
manipulation. All manipulation.
All manipulation. Okay.
95 in millions.
95 millions. Yeah. So it's like there is so much, when we start looking at relationships, yeah, the amount of, so if you've ever watched the movie The Matrix,
Yeah.
how the Matrix, the agent in the Matrix, Mr. Smith, could jump into any one of the characters at any time they want. How many times have you been in a relationship and you can feel Mr. Smith jump into your partner or that person in front of you, and that person is gone and there's a completely different being there and they're not your friend?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many relationships? So yeah, okay. So that brought up an issue. So all the shaking, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all the manipulation around relationships. You thought money was bad. Oh, so everything that all of that is, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Yeah, rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy and create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond.
Jeez, I thought that was just my PMS.
That's Mr. Smith.
Oh, that explains it. That's what
And seeing I brought, you didn't know he had PMS, did you? His name is PMS. It's another name, it's an alias.
Oh, Michael Smith, PMS.
I like that. Surprise.
So
Now, before you open up anything new, do you notice how light that was when you said that?
Yeah.
Like, do you notice what that did to the group? Like,
Why
that
do you
just
think I
blew.
la-
Like,
That's
it just,
That's why laughter works for me.
yeah. So it's like, how much is PMS
Yeah.
manipulation?
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
No number big enough, Godzilla.
Yep. Expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of that. And we'll do work on that. So don't worry, but not now. But we will. So,
Another coming to a theater near me.
yeah. So everything that all of that is, can we just choose to fit all of that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize,
Vaporize. Liquefy.
Vaporize, make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, choice, business.
Jaden?
Yep.
I have the similar inquiry. It's like I used to clear stuff or friends, and then we get like depressed and kind of like I was like, if I clear too much, I have like phases I'm having to go through, like being fucked up, like depressed, feeling lonely. And then I realized lately, thanks for this, so that this is just another manipulation, that I can clear as much as I like, as hardcore as I like, and I still, if I Then the next layer is, okay, I have to keep good lifestyle. Then I can do it. Then I realize, yeah, but this is just another construct. Like I can just go through it and have fun. So an ongoing process. So
So I'm going to show you a tool. Ultimately, I don't know when that's going to land, but it won't be too far down the road, that I use for clearing all of this stuff. And you get down to the tool and it's just clear. How long that lasts could vary, but like it's a powerful, it clears, it moves mountains. It's I'll call it the mountain tool from now on. My mountain moving tool. And it's about clearing alters, fractures, and just whoa. And that handles a lot of that stuff that would come after the clearing, like the after clearing stuff. Like it just clears the whole house. So we'll play with that. Somebody brought up, what are Wernicke's commands? So allows it to perceive all the Wernicke's commands and booby traps that are around any and all of the topics that we have engaged so far. And everything that all of this is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
I choose
Yes,
this.
I choose that now.
Rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and I balance, let all that go. And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this stuff. Anything that you would wait for something else to clear, that you can choose to clear it all right now, can we just destroy and create all of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I choose that.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, my beyonds. Wow, there you go. You're feeling the flow of this now, aren't you? Like
There is something as that.
the magnitude of how this kind of, how I play with this stuff. That's just it. Yeah, was it Sharon or?
Yes. Sheila hasn't been able to talk because her audio is off or out or whatever.
Okay.
So
thank you.
Suggest that because I'm missing her heavy breathing.
Oh. So what does Sheila say? Oh yeah, I've been playing with it all along. Nothing seems to work. What is your awareness on manipulation with this? Playing.
I asked her to turn on or wiggle the wires, unconnect, reconnect. I told her I suggested a couple of things, but maybe you have something else.
Yeah, I feel a bell jar. I feel an encasement.
Well, I have a bell jar all in the house, so I don't know if that has anything to do, but that's me.
No, this something put it on her. So what is everything? What is everything? No, okay, hang on. Let me go deeper for everybody.
A what?
No, just pause. I'll explain it.
Okay.
So, what are all the? No, just pause. Yeah. What are all the? Wow. What are all the Wernicke's commands, booby traps, alters, and fractures that have permission, that you have given permission to contain you or encapsulate you in any way across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyonds? And everything that all of those permissions are, and all of the reciprocal agreements around those permissions, and everything that's related to that, can we just choose to destroy and create all those interesting points of view?
Oh, yes, I choose that now.
Rescind, revoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, and I balance, let all that go. Woo-wee.
Something left my nose.
Wow. Wow. And all of these structures, constructs, adaptations, mutations, and shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just choose to destroy and create all of that?
Choose
Yes.
that.
Yes. Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, short, poison, nice, beyond, so let all that go. Wow.
It was like
I love it. I hear somebody in the background. So cool.
Michael, did you say something left your nose?
Yeah, I felt like something was like kind of flying out of my sinuses or nose or stuff like this. So
Cool.
Can you breathe?
yeah, fun, cool. Well,
Yeah.
let me see.
It does stuff.
Okay.
Out of my butt. No, that's something else. Sorry.
That's totally different. That's totally different.
I have been constipated, so I
A little drone dancing.
Jaden, I feel a
Yes.
lot of pain in my chest area. That like I feel like my heart is constricting right now. Like I don't know what that is.
Me too.
So everybody focus on hers and make a copy of it for yourself in your body. I'm tapping into her body, and I can feel all of you clumping in, and I feel it showing up here and showing up here and showing up here and showing up here. Okay, everybody, make a copy of that.
Are we creating Nikki's commands?
I mean, I've never done that personally, but I know other people who have. So let me just so all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, move down. So I want to go bigger with it and see if I also grab that at the same time. So allow yourself, and this is for everybody, allow yourself to perceive. I'm just grabbing the wording. Wow. What? Wow. Okay. How do I put that into words? Yeah, I don't have words for that. Okay, so all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around this, good, bad, or pop, action, with beyonds. And so what's an easy way to describe that? Wow. Wow. Okay. So what are all the meta technologies? What are all the booby traps? What are all the Wernicke's command? All the auto install, auto reinstall, auto backup, update, systems technology magics that you have in or around any organ in your body. Now let's do with your heart. And whoever's playing bongo drums on their microphone, please stop. So allow yourself to perceive all of the structures and constructs that are around your heart. That's the most direct way to get it. All the structures and constructs and all the adaptations and mutations and all of the magics and technologies and meta technologies. And everything that all of that stuff is. Expand out and perceive more. Expand out and perceive more. Expand out and perceive all of it. Across all bodies, all time, no time, timelines, realities, realms, fractures, layers, alters, dimensions, parallels. Times a godzillion. Wow. There you go. And expand out and perceive all of it. Wow. And everything that all of that is truth, can we just choose to destroy and integrate all that interesting stuff?
Yes,
Choose that. Chooses.
Just send, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null, void,
Vaporize.
good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, split, nights, beyond. So all that go. Wow. Wow. And all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all that, can we choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes.
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 Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, nice. Wow. And how much of that did we clear in you? And I'm saying that you to everybody. How much of that did we clear in you or us? And how much of that did we just clear in the planet?
2080.
Do you feel that?
Yeah. Yes.
So what if you think about the planet as a living being that has, and you could play in it in the concept that's similar to you and your body, and how much has the planet's heart been manipulated, locked down, altered, changed, attacked, destroyed? Wow. And this word won't go away, so I'm going to use it, and defecated on.
Oh.
Hmm.
Wow.
And so everything that all of that is, across all time, space, no time, dimensions, realities, can we just choose to destroy and create all of that stuff?
Choose that.
Yes, I choose that.
Rescind, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, make null, void, vaporize, vaporize, vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyonds. Let all that go.
Hey, Jaden.
Yes.
I have an interesting point of view about the Earth when I chat with her.
Cool.
That and like I said, just my interesting point of view, she said that I only pretend to be falling apart because you guys asked for more awareness, but in an instant I could change it.
Yep.
So
yep. I totally get that.
Okay.
I totally get that. Yeah. So,
sweet.
yeah, no, I totally get that. It's interesting. There are some things that show up that way. So, like, how many things do you have that are really you, but they're overlaid on the planet, they're overlaid on other people, they're overlaid on other societies, they're overlaid on other star systems, they're overlaid on other universes, and so you don't feel it's you and you don't feel you have control or ability to change or choose something different. Let your self tap into that. And for some of you, your brain just went, and that's okay. And expand out and perceive more. And expand out and perceive all of it. And allow yourself to perceive all the booby traps and Wernicke's commands that were triggered or activated by what I just said. Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyond. And everything that all that is, can we just choose to just try and create it all?
Yes, I choose
Yes.
Renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, action, beyond. So a really cool way to take something and mess yourself up with it is to take something that you have and give it another identity that you then have rules that's someone or something else, and I don't have the capacity to change or affect or choose anything different because that's them. So where I'm going to ultimately take you, and this is just kind of a little lead into it, and some of you may grab it, is when you take charge over all of your reality as yours, you have the capacity to change all of it. When you have it fractured off in pieces and then rules that say, well, that's the planet, I can't change that. That's my husband or wife and I can't change that. That's my family and I can't change them. Then that all of a sudden comes out of your capacity to change or choose different from that. In Hawaii, there's a concept here that they call ho'oponopono, and that's a Hawaiian word that basically is the concept of making something right that has been twisted out of rightness. And they don't use right, wrong the way we do, but it's like the ho'oponopono. One of the ways of doing that is to take on that as you and heal it in you. And now healing is a whole other paradigm that's, but the concept is, like, if you can own everything that's in your reality and say, no, I don't choose this in my reality. If the earth wants to play this game, or if my children want to play this game, or if my husband or my boss or whomever wants to play this game, they're going to have to go do it in some other parallel where I'm not participating, because this is my reality and I don't choose that.
Wow.
Okay. Now that has tangles in it, and we'll get there, but that's a little ways down the road. But like, feel what that does. And all of the shicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, and allow yourself to perceive all of the booby traps, Wernicke's commands, and impregnated constructs that prevent you from being able to go there, being able to choose your reality as yours. What are all the manipulations, technologies, magics that prevent that? And everything that all of that is, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes. Rescind, evoke, can't reclaim, renounce, destroy and create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 make null, void, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshut, and beyond. Let all that go. So, if manipulation, what if manipulation acts as the infinite being that you're not being?
Wow.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm getting so sleepy now.
Yeah. So all the shicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, around all of that, can we choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
I choose that now.
Void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshut, vaporize, 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 vaporize. It may be a little early to stick that in, but I'll see if I sneak that in. What if manipulation is being the infinite being that you're not willing to be, or that you're not choosing to be in this moment? So if everywhere you're not willing to be an infinite being, that's the space for manipulation to show up and manipulate you infinitely in that area. And all the shicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of that, can we choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Choose that.
Yes, I choose it now.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshut, beyond. So how they go.
Jaden.
Yes.
Ananda here.
Hi.
Isn't there a concept of that you can't change somebody else's problem? So if somebody else is choosing trauma and drama, you can't, you normally try to take that as your own.
You're right.
And you can't change it. But so how does that work with the concept that you explained, where when you take control of your reality, you can change anything and everything? How does that work, in?
It's going to take a bit to get to that. But
okay.
You own it. You choose it. I choose that to be that way. It's tricky. It's really tricky, and I don't recommend that you play in this too much yet, because it can do huge mind fuck, and it can cause a lot of struggle in your reality, because it's one of those things where
I'm here.
I can't. Welcome. Glad you're here. So the way that I recommend that you play with that is the way that Ho'oponopono looks at it. Is I'm going to heal that in me as if it's you. So where is everywhere in me that I am like that? Okay. Now that's a little swirly. That doesn't really get you directly where you want to go, but like it's a starting place. Like, but there
is another way to say it. Can I say it?
Yes.
So it's like if I don't like you, and I cannot try to change you, yeah. But if I change my point of view, I choose something else. I create that reality, and I don't have to change you. I don't force to change. I change myself.
Right.
So quantum levels change.
Right. Right. So the way that I like to think about it is in terms of the parallel reality theory. Is anybody familiar with that? Like concept of parallel reality. Like there's all these slices of reality. They're all slightly different. There are other choices you made. There are other viewpoints, there are other aspects of you, however you want to look at it. There are other decisions that you've, whatever. So, like in this choice that you're in right now, you're in with person A, who's an SOB. They're just like, I hate this person. Like they just won't give me space, whatever the struggle is. So how can I choose another reality where there is a different version of them and me? So like they show up differently, but I'm actually jumping to another reality where they're different. Yeah, that triggered for some of you. Like we're getting into stuff that gets into like way out. Like the brain can't grab this stuff, and so we use these kind of different like tools to sort of step in that direction. And that's the one that I like the most. Is how can I choose another parallel where I have a different version of that person in my reality? Like, what if you could pick and choose what reality you're in, what parallel reality you're in, and you can choose one where that person is nice to you? Okay. So now, in Access, they would play with that as, like, what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be in a good connection with this other being? Like, what energy can I shift in me that would allow all of this to show up differently with simple ease?
Yeah.
Is it like you just bounce around to another reality where you actually like them and say, hey, I want this version of you, come into my reality? I don't know. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I like that.
There's a little twist in that, but that kind of gets you in that direction. Like there's some things to untangle in there, but.
And it's another version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So that you are, there's a different frequency relationship.
Gotcha.
Jaden?
Yes.
How would you, because I'm doing this for years, I did like some quantum jumping, other systems, what would you suggest as the fastest way to do it? Like just simply ask one question and shift, because I'm shifting very much, clearing on the rest. So what's the way, like without the visualizations and stuff? So what is your suggestion? Simply ask and shift?
My suggestion is not to play in any of this stuff yet.
Excuse me?
You're talking to humanoids like that?
I didn't get the acoustics.
So I'm also talking to different people. So like I'm talking to 50 people here, more than I'm talking to hundreds of people here. So it's like, how do I energetically field that? What I want to say to you specifically, and people who are resonating in your camp or in your what you've been playing in, is how much is manipulation in there playing with you? Okay, so if you're in there trying to force your reality into something different by using some tool, and you're not aware that manipulation's in there playing with you, then you're just tangling.
Yes.
And my recommendation is don't go there. That's why I said it the way I said it. Don't go there. Because all it does is create tangle. So where it's easy and it's light, play with it. But generally those situations are not easy or light. But down the road, as you embody more of you, as we clear more space and more of you comes in, yeah, that brings up something right there. Then what happens is there's more of you to choose. So right now, when you say, I choose this, what percent of you is there choosing?
Oh, wow.
30.
Not much.
Okay.
10.
Okay. So what happens is there's that 30 or that 10 or that whatever percentage there is that's capable of choosing. Sometimes, especially when you're in struggle, there might only be 2% of you there or less. Like, and so how much can you choose? Well, you can choose 2%. and there will be struggle there. So it's like don't struggle with it. Just keep clearing around it. But the more you show up as you, the easier all that gets.
Yes.
So all the shicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog that's gotten whipped up and stirred up around all of this, because I jumped a little too far ahead, a little too fast. But I mean, it's fine. It works. But like all the shicky, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and all of the things that you're trying to make work that have not worked and will never work. Just because I saw that. Can we destroy and create all that stuff too?
Yeah.
Yes, I choose this.
Rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, yeah. So let me pause everything. Don't ask a question yet. And so what is the most direct way to begin wrapping this up? Where do I want to go? Okay. Do I open that can of worms now?
Yes, please.
Or do I open the can of worms?
Yes.
So hang on, pause. Let me ask my question. What is it like if I open this now? What is it like if I open it later? Okay. So did somebody have a question in there?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Maybe it's not for today. It's about the sound in my head, the ringing in my head.
The sound or song?
Yeah. Sound. The tinnitus. If it's not for today, I can do it the other day.
So I'm going to speak to you just personally. And did you do clearings on technology around that?
I was getting blank. I couldn't go anywhere. I was like I couldn't perceive anything. Okay, so like just ignore whether you can perceive it or not and hack around at technology and Shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, Wernicke's commands and booby traps. You told me the black metal technology.
Black metal technology, yeah. Okay. So like there's stuff that hides and it's like you just like, okay, it's like I'm clearing blind. I can't see back there. There's something hiding, but I'm going to hack around back there anyway. Okay. Because I choose, and it's coming from the choosing. It's like, I choose that. It's like, okay. Yeah. Just, and don't, so do you have any form structure significance around that? So let me personalize it for everybody. So allow yourself to find something that's going on in your reality, in your body, let's say body, something that's going on in your body that you have been trying to change forever, and it is not changing forever. Okay? Yeah. Allow yourself to find some one thing that you've been trying to change forever.
Oh, that's really tough.
and allow yourself to perceive what is all.
I saw your perfection too, Sharon.
Hey, Sheila got her voice back.
That's great. She's done.
And how about a little heavy breathing for us? Oh yeah, honey, that's great. Okay, I'm sorry.
That works. That part of my body works now. Thanks, Mom.
No worries.
When we first did that video, or when we first did that, I'm editing that video for video 1. Who is rustling around? I was going to edit that out, and I'm like, that is just too funny. And I had to leave that in there. It was just too funny. It became a theme. That is just so cool. It's such a contribution. Thank you for your contribution to heavy breathing. Woohoo! Woohoo! So, let's see. Did I totally distract myself, or can I get back to where? Okay, so.
Something about it you're trying to change, it won't forever.
Thank you. So allow yourself to perceive all of the form that you have, all the form that you have around that, all of the viewpoints of structure that you have around that, everything you think that it is, so much, I'm sorry, I feel a soapbox coming on. There's so much that people get fucked with by manipulation because some doctor on YouTube says, this is this, and you're like, oh, that must be that, and you take that viewpoint on, or even worse, some doctor in the medical system, which is worse than some doctor, because they're standing up on a pedestal of I'm important and I'm special, and so they install Wernicke's commands. Ta-da! And you buy into that. So allow yourself to perceive all the structures you have taken on about that issue from the world around you. Okay? And how much significance have you generated or created or taken on? Like, this is a problem. Like, if you had no significance, it wouldn't be a problem, but you still might choose to change it. But right now, because it's such a big problem, you have to change it. This will change, or you're going to kill somebody, or you're going to die, or like this will change. That's significance. It's not going to change with significance because that locks it in place.
Yeah.
Okay? Manipulation loves significance. Loves significance. Absolutely adores significance. And I'll make that more appropriate, obvious as we go along.
More significant.
I'll make that more significant as we go along. Thank you. That is so energy significance. Thank you. We're going to just try and create that too. So that is adorable. Thank you. That is so adorable. So isn't that cool? That is manipulation working in me. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. So thank you, manipulation. You're so cute. I love you so much. So allow yourself to perceive all the projections, all the expectations, all the rejections of you, the rejections of your body,
rejections from others,
rejections from or for others. Wow. and we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner. And all of the expectations. Wow.
Assumptions.
And all of the assumptions. Yeah, that kind of gets tangled in other things. All of the decisions, judgments, conclusions, and computations. And everything that all of these really interesting points of view are, can we just choose to destroy and create all that?
Yeah, I choose.
I choose this.
I choose that.
Invoke, you can't reclaim, renounce, denounce. Just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshut, benai, beyond. And all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pot, akshut, suppose the nights beyond. And I'm not going to do this now, but you could choose to do this with your partner on the session, is take that topic, we will do it at some point in the future because it's a great way to clear it, and run that through the spectrum clearing. Align, agree, resist, react, defend, forward, defend, get. Like, where's everywhere you're lining and agreeing with this staying in place? Whereas everywhere you're resisting, reacting, defending for, defending against, righteous for, righteous against, and clear all that. Everything that is, can we choose to just try and create it all?
Yeah.
Yes, vaporize,
choose it now.
vaporize, vaporize, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshut, I was just explaining what to do with it, but it started to grab shit, so I'm like, out.
Yeah.
Out. So now allow yourself to perceive again all of the, so that issue, that quote unquote issue that you have with your body. Allow yourself to perceive all of the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations, form, structure, significance, projections, expectations, rejections, and separations around that topic.
Wow.
And everything that all that really interesting point of view stuff is, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I choose that.
Reclaim, renounce, just trying to create vaporize, 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 make null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, should be beyond, let all that go. Wow. Wow. So now, so like I'm kind of showing you general steps of like how I do stuff, what I do with body stuff. I was going to do this like week 3 or week 4, but whatever, it's here now. So like you first want to clear all the points of view that you have around it, because all that shit locks you down. All the DJCCs, pers, form, structure, significance, and then do the spectrum clearing, aligning, agreeing, resisting, ragging, defending for, defending against, righteous for, righteous against. And then you just keep hacking at that until you're in such a space where you're like, wow, I just don't have an issue around that. Like when you're in free space. Let me, one pause. Because if I don't get it out. So it's like constipation.
I'm sure it's not tired of you.
I'm sorry, I put down your head.
Thank you.
Manipulation from Lisa.
Thank you. If I have fun with it, that's fine. That works. So oh, come on. It was
sorry.
No, that's okay. I like to I play with it too much. I'll play with it too much. Like, yeah. So, okay, so you clear first. Then the next thing to do is to ask a question that brings in new information. So first we clear it, then we receive. Like, so we're clearing out all the stupid shit, and then we're asking the universe, okay, so what's really going on here? Okay? Like, how can I change this? Like,
how do you know it's not more manipulation coming in?
Because we're not going to, yeah, I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you right now. Ready? And I'll explain more later on the receiving call on how to always receive. It works around all this. It's so cool. Let me grab a question for everybody here. So around your topic of the body. So what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to resolve all of this with simple ease? So just feel the energy of that. What energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to resolve all of that with simple ease, and allow yourself to receive? And just look for a shift of energy or shifts of energy in your body. Don't look for anything up here. No brain. You're just looking in your body. Look for a shift of or movement of energy. What energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to whatever I said before? And allow yourself to, yeah, say it. To shift all of this with simple ease. Okay, to shift all of this with simple ease. And just receive a shift of energy. Just look for a shift of energy. There you go. No thoughts. If thoughts come up, ignore them or dismiss them. Because this is where manipulation fucks with you when you're receiving. Manipulation starts to put in bullshit answers right here. You're trying to receive, and manipulation sticks in answers, and you buy it, and you run with it, and you stop receiving. So,
excuse me. Isn't this? Oh, sorry.
Say
isn't this like you just said? Not to shift into another reality yet. With this, like when I do this, I'm shifting into a different vibrational reality. So, meaning like into a different configuration of space consciousness, which is for me reality shifting, like into a different self. So. Maybe I did something, get something wrong.
So how much form, structure, and significance do you have around all that?
Yeah, it's a bit.
So because of the play that you've done, you've got form, structure, significance on realities, dimensions, layers, being out of, being in. Because when you're an infinite being, you're in all of it all the time. There is no out of and there is no inside of. Like all of that. So everything that all of that is, can we just try and create all of that for everybody?
Yes.
I choose to do that.
Yes, rescind, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, make, null, void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, should be yeah.
Short poison. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Jaden?
Can you pause just for a moment? I want to bring it back and wrap that up before we go in. So receiving, step 1, ask the question. Step 2, receive it in your body. You're receiving a holographic energy from the universe. It's often compressed. It's often something the brain does not understand. Receive it as an energy and don't think about it. If you think about it, it gets stuck in your head and you're like, oh, my brain hurts. Like, don't take it out. Put it in your body. Your heart can process that. Your head not so much. When you receive things energetically and you allow them to naturally integrate, you will just start to become aware of things that will guide you forward towards the unraveling of that. Don't go to the mind at all. Let awareness come up around those topics. Manipulation loves to insert, oh, you just need to do this and then it'll all solve. You just need to do that. Just go, bye. I'm receiving here. And it might take an hour, it might take a day, it might take a week to resolve all that, to integrate that, and for you to become aware of whatever the next step is or whatever the next awareness is around
Can I
that.
answer something there?
Yes.
Because it's like, don't think or don't get the thought, but how do you get aware? With a thought, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, thoughts are not awareness. Thoughts are
Yeah,
thoughts.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So the
there.
easy. So let me untangle it for you. When you're in the moment with asking questions and you have form, structure, significance around it, often you're asking out of significance. Like, I need this to change, so I'm going to ask this question. So significance gives manipulation a foothold to force stuff into your reality, to insert things. It's a place of breakdown. So your mental and your manipulation goes, well, how am I going to get this if I don't ever look to this, right? Mm-hmm. So how much is that viewpoint generated by the construct of manipulation?
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So allow yourself to perceive all the manipulation that is around your receiving or the process you have used for receiving.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
So everything that all of that interesting stuff is, and all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness that makes you unaware of that, can we just try and create it all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Resent, revoke, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, actions, business, nights, beyond, so all that go.
I have a good one.
Could you do
Okay,
the
no, I'm sorry. Michael, can you pause?
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Could you do the energy fog and
That's where it's going. Yeah. So all the shiki, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around all of this stuff, can we just choose to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make, null, void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, akshas, business, nights, beyonds. And I'm in a space where I've got like 2 minutes left, and I'm like, okay, I need to start. Allow me to not bring in any more new stuff and just kind of clear the space that we have here, and then set the energy. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So my recommendation on receiving is, like, there's a certain thing that, like, when you watch Gary Douglas, you watch Dane, you watch me, and it's like we ask a question and then we mysteriously know shit. That works in a group situation, or it works when you're working on somebody else. When I'm working on me, I almost never get that. Almost never. So there's a lie in there about that. You'll ask a question and you'll get an answer. It doesn't show up that way in my reality. However, an answer of some kind does show up, and it could be later, like I'm drawn to some website. It could be something somebody says at the hardware store. It could be something that I just start to feel, or I start to be drawn to. I don't know what's going to cause all those things, but it often for me is not a mental thought, or if it is, it's a revisiting of the topic, and then all of a sudden I come back to, yeah, so I got this thing going on. What do I do about that? And all of a sudden, there's this new awareness there about something I haven't even thought of before. That is what you received when you were receiving. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the mental stuff that comes in when you're asking, totally ignore that shit. That's my recommendation. When you're working with another person, when you're working in certain circumstances,
It's different.
it's different. When you're working on yourself, throw it out the window. Thank you, manipulation. You may go.
Got it now.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Jaden, this feels important, at least for me. Like I do the receiving, and then like it's kind of like blissful or whatever light, and then after 5 seconds I feel stuff blocking. Then of course I clear this. Is this a good time? Would you recommend to then repeat the question first, clear, repeat, or simply go through it and simply it's done?
Start to clear on what's manipulating there. Yeah. Ask what's manipulation here. We're gonna get to it. I didn't know if it was gonna happen today or it's gonna happen tomorrow or tomorrow. Next call. But I'm gonna expose to you the whole righteous paradigm and all of that stuff of what's going on, and I felt that frequency in what you were just talking about. But if you ask like about manipulation, you'll start taking that apart.
Yes.
So ask about manipulation.
Thank you.
Yes.
When we clear points of view, can we collectively clear points of view? Or do we have to go through each point of view separately?
I go big.
Good. Yeah, me too.
I go big.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Cool. Okay, let me see what I want to do for wrap up here.
Receiving.
So are there any burning questions first? And I mean like if it doesn't get answered on this call, I'm going to be hung up kind of burning thing.
Yes.
What do you got?
It's just the whole idea, ever since you started bringing up from the first call about not getting an answer mentally and getting it in the body, I've been doing so many clearings on I'm not seeming to be aware of where I'm getting it in the body.
Okay.
I don't.
So in the beginning, I didn't necessarily have a great deal of. It depends on how much you're in your body. So what you can do is you can ask yourself before you receive, what would it take for me to be 100% in this body? What would it take for I'll just say, what would it take for me to be 100% in this body?
Yeah, well, that's what I thought the original problem was. So I have been asking that, and either it's manipulation or I'm getting that really I am 100% or 99% in my body. So
what I'm saying is do that.
I've asked. So.
What I'm saying is do that first, and then explore with receiving. Like what you've got is a little bit too convoluted for where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But you can start to untangle it. So how much form, structure, and significance do you have running there?
Oh, megatons.
Yeah.
And that's and I keep clearing that. It's like
yeah. It's when you have areas like that, like you can feel it. Like everybody's been focusing on it now, so everybody's all in that too. So now that we're all in that, you can feel it's this really knotted up, tangled up, twisted. There's a lot. It's like a tornado that's wrapped everything around itself. There's a lot. It's not a give me one clearing and move away thing. It's
right. I want something to help me for the
form structure
the next week to start. Okay.
Form structure significance. Okay. And so now for everybody who's crawled into that construct. So how many people were feeling fairly good before she said something, and now you feel like shit? So what you did was you climbed into her reality and you explored what she has going on. And there's a way of doing that you don't take it in. And there's a way of doing it where you own it and then you walk away and you're like, God, I feel like shit. Why is that? Okay. So what is it? Lives have to perceive everything. And it's not a wrongness. It's just a notice that you do that and you'll start doing something different. I did. I would take on all kinds of stuff. So So allow yourself to perceive all of the things that you are. What is Gary's word for it? Where you mimetic mimicry. So biomimetic mimicry.
And
So
biometric mimicry.
what are yeah, thank you. So what are all of the things that you've picked up and you're mimicking or echoing or have taken on when you tapped into other people on this call? Not just her, anybody who's talked or not talked, maybe, that you've tapped into.
Lots.
Okay, and expand out, perceive more. Wow, expand out and perceive all of it. Wow.
It's not my fault if y'all get constipated.
We got the disclaimer. We got the disclaimer. We're not responsible for that. You did it, okay? So everything that all that, can we just choose to destroy and create all that?
Yes.
Yeah. I choose it now, yes.
I choose it.
Announce now, it's just trying to create vaporize, 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 vaporize. Make null void, good, bad, right, wrong, pop, pop, just beyond, let all that go. And so I'm going to ask you, please, nobody insert anything else anymore. At some point I have to stop, or I'll just leave you where you are, and that's fine. I can do that too. What do I do with that? So I'm sorry. So this is a facilitation issue for Jaden. I like to leave the group in a clean space.
Yes.
But what happens is when you keep bringing up new things, that manipulation is like, oh no, this is important. We got to do this. It's right now. It's perfect for right now. Oh, it's right here. What happens is it creates more crap, and then I can't leave you in a clean space. And so my ideal, and it may not be realistic, and we'll see, but let's just explore where this goes, is that we don't add any new things in, period. Let me clean up, and then let's wrap up. Or I'll just, at some point, just close, and you're stuck with it, and you'll do it on your own. Your choice. What would you prefer?
Keep it up.
Clean it up.
Yeah. Okay.
And all that product.
Yeah, and it did. So, and this is my tangle too, like as a facilitator, it's like, what do I do? Like, I know you don't want to stop, and I know there's a part of me that doesn't want to stop, but there's a part of me that knows I need to stop. So his body's like, all right, we're going to eat now. Come on. Like that, but it's whatever. You get the point. So allow yourself to perceive everything that's up and active in your system, all the booby traps, Wernicke's commands. Wow. And all the manipulation around all of that. And all the shikyu, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, divine agreements, golden agreements, billion-year agreements, meta-technology, and energy fog around all of this. Wow. Can we just choose to destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Yes, I choose it now.
Revoke, we can't reclaim, renounce, denounce, just trying to create, vaporize, 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 make null void. Bless you. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, should might be. And let me see what else is here. So one of the things that I love to do, it's part of Jaden's clearing big philosophy. I normally only do this in private sessions with people, but I want to model it to show you what I do and how I do it, because it's so simple, and I can't believe nobody else does this, or not enough, whatever. I'm just going to show it to you. Is all the points of view I have on that. So allow yourself to perceive. So we've cleared a lot of stuff today. Allow yourself to perceive one day in advance. So like go to tomorrow, stand in the space of tomorrow, because you can do that, you're an infinite being, and see what has come back, if anything, what has come back.
Oh.
Okay, and just notice it. Don't attach to it. Don't do anything about it. Just notice it. Now, go 1 week forward and notice what's come back. And go 1 month forward and notice what's come back. And go 1 year forward and notice what's come back. And go 1 decade forward and notice what's come back. And notice this is, we had a decade, something kind of went. But so that's just information. And what I did over time was ask, well, what is that? What you can just do without knowing what that stuff is just do everything that would come back, I choose to destroy and uncreate all that. So do you choose to destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes. Yes, I choose that.
Yes. So all the auto install, auto reinstall, auto backup, auto update, all the golden handcuffs, all the
glue.
All the gloop. I like that. All the binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds, span, binds, binds, span, binds, binds, span, binds to infinitum. Can we just choose to destroy and create that and everything else that's here?
Yes.
Yes.
I choose this.
Can't reclaim, renounce, announce, destroy and create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, papak, shows, business, yes. And then go back. So, so allow yourself to look 1 day ahead. And what's come back?
Nothing.
And 1 week ahead, what's come back?
Nothing.
1 month ahead, what's come back?
Nothing.
1 year ahead, what's come back? Okay.
Nothing.
And so I stop when the answer is nothing. Now, it's not nothing for everybody, so I want to just go down and grab this. So all of the Mobius strips, quantum particulates, SHIQ implants, trifold sequencing systems, all the black meta technologies, all the magics and technologies across all time, space, dimensions, realities, beyonds that cause any of this, and all the SHIQ, stupidity, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog around any of this, can we choose to just try and create all of that?
I choose that.
Okay, can't reclaim, renounce, just trying to create, make null, void, vaporize, 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 vaporize. Good, bad, right, wrong, yeah. And part of what I'm doing when I do that is I'm standing in the commitment that I have to clear all of this. Take no prisoners. It's all going, all of it, gone, all gone. So I'm kind of modeling. That's what makes me me.
Super cool.
Is that way. Thank you. Is that way. So I encourage you to start thinking in that, like, all gone, all gone. What would it take for that to be that way? So no more questions, please. So homework, I will send you, every time I give you, it's home play. Every time I give you home play, I'll send you a printout that gives you directions. And okay. I usually also run through it. So we've ran through it, but there's so much going on that I don't expect you to remember or have a foggiest clue about what I actually said we were going to do. So I always give it to you in print form. So what happens after this is that I'm going to, it'll take me a couple hours to process the recording, to upload, download, reload, do this, do that, do the other thing, get the documents together, get them up, and then at some point, and eat, and go to the pool, and like do the things that I have to do to take care of me. So it's going to take, it takes probably 3 or 4 hours after this before I have most of it up online, and then I will send out an email saying replay is now available. But you can always go up there at any time after the call and check, and you notice things will magically appear as I do them. I stick them up there. So, but I'll send out the email once it's all there. If you have questions, please put them on the Facebook group. Please find yourself a partner. If you have issues that come up with that, like, do some clearing, because manipulation can have a field day. So, like, just notice we're into some heavy duty stuff, and manipulation wants to play, and it's all just illusion. It's just all illusion, and you're going to start breaking through, and you're going to start seeing the illusions because of what we did today and what you're going to do with the home play as well. If you have issues that come up, please go to the Facebook group. If it feels like it's an emergency or a crisis, email me directly. Note, I am not awake 24 hours a day. I do sleep.
No, come on.
I know it's silly, but I still do.
Would an infinite being sleep?
Sleep, I know. This one says yes.
I like that.
Why not? Infinite beings can do whatever they want.
Bingo. Thank you. So, But I will do my best to get back to you, and I will often reroute the conversation onto the Facebook group. God, my nose itches. Oh my gosh, my nose itches. Okay. It's energy, something with energy in my nose. It's all bright red and it's all itchy. It's like, whoo, lots of energy moving in my nose. And I have issues around my sinuses. Like this is related to, this is doing stuff for me too. Like how cool is that? So where was I?
You were wrapping up.
I know, I was wrapping up.
Wrapping up.
Facebook.
Okay, so when possible, put it on Facebook, and if you have to, like if you don't get a reaction, or if it's an emergency, email me to say I just posted something on Facebook. If it needs to stay private, email me personally, but I'd love, like when we share it in that group, one thing that gets shared, there's like 5 or 8 other people are like, oh my God, that same thing is going on for me. So it's like everybody benefits by you sharing in that group. And then we all put in our thoughts about that and what's going on for us and things we've tried. And the conversations in there are just absolutely astronomically amazing. So
yes.
I strongly encourage you to. We are an incredible group of beings who are getting together, and we all have an amazing amount of knowledge. And as we share that, we all expand, which leads me into my final thing. So I'd like to end with receiving. We're all really, really good at giving. We've been conditioned to give, and we've been conditioned to not receive. And I'd like to create a space of receiving. Who are we receiving from? I'm not defining that. Part of this is set up to receive from each other. Part of it could be to receive from the planet. It could be to receive from, I don't care, whatever. You decide how you want to do that. So my recommendation is that you mute yourself, because we don't need to hear each other breathing for this.
Oh, come on.
I know, sorry. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of sit in a space of the intention is receiving. And if you find manipulation coming and pulling at you, just kind of clear or whatever and receive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So the phrase that I use for me, or that I find useful, is full bandwidth receiving, like across all channels of receiving. Full bandwidth receive. And how is that?
Yummy.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for joining me on today's call. In the future, I will attempt to keep it to 2 hours. Doesn't always work that way, but so give yourself some leeway. But thank you so much for the contribution that you be. There's so much of what looks like this is Jaden coming up with this stuff, but there's a lot of it that's just me that's in this big space of receiving, and you all are constantly feeding me information, whether you're aware of it or not. And I'm just in a lot of cases, just surfacing stuff that you're bringing out. My brilliance is actually your brilliance that you're sharing with me. So thank you for all the contribution that you be here today, whether you're aware of it or not. Allow yourself to perceive the contribution that you have been here today.
Thank you.
Let yourself feel that.
Thank you.
The contribution that you have been.
Can I receive more of Sheila's heavy breathing?
Sure you can. All right. Look at that, Sheila. Yeah.
Just wait a breathing.
I can't tell you how much that has contributed to my life. It really so much has. I have had a kick out of that. So thank you. I mean, we get that stuff however we get it. So thank you, everybody, for your contributions. And we will see you in the Facebook group.
Thanks for being awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.